All right, what's going on? So this is your boy Dr. Kojo. This is gonna be part of my YouTube rant series. I have a playlist called YouTube Rants, and I'll just start talking. In this video, I want to talk about relationship advice for neurodivergent people, and also for everybody else, because this can apply to anybody. But I posted a TikTok about 2 or 3 weeks ago where it was a stitch, and the first frame of that TikTok was somebody saying something along the lines of, let me see, get that first frame. Someone on here said that neurodivergence miss romantic signals to the point that only love bombing gets their attention, and that's why we attract a certain type of person. So, look, I'm 31 years old. I'm neurodivergent. I have ADHD. Officially diagnosed when I was 26, and it's something that I knew I had my whole life. And dating for me, I've realized that, and I've dated many different types of girls, black girls, white girls, Hispanic, but they all have similar traits. And not to say that these women are narcissists or that they were manipulative to me. The majority of the women that I've dated have been really good to me, if I'm being honest. But when you are dating over and over and over and over again, it also means that you're not finding your person. That's why you have to keep, dating, and you keep going from relationship to relationship. So when you're neurodivergent, it's so important to understand that the way that you communicate with the world is different from how neurotypical people communicate with the world. So this is why sometimes you feel like you're awkward, or you're socially not fitting in. And like I said in the stitch, it's very difficult to know if people are laughing with you or if they're laughing at you, or if they want to be with you or they want to get something from you, or they like the idea of just being with you as opposed to actually being with you. And for those of us who are neurodivergent, you have to understand that we have a whole new language. Like, we speak a different language from the rest of the world. So my ADHD, my autistic boys and girls, dyslexia, dyscalculia, like all my neurodivergent community, you have to understand we speak a different language than the rest of the world speaks. So that's why when, especially when you're undiagnosed and you're talking to somebody and y'all are going back and forth and you're having issues, a lot of times it's a communication issue. The way that you communicate is so different from them. So you think that they're ignoring you, they feel like you're aloof, and they don't know why you need so much time for yourself. And if you're neurodivergent and you've had to mask your whole life, you know that it's very draining to have to put on that facade. Everywhere you go, you have to like have that smile. You're like, yeah, happy to be here. Like, yeah, everything is cool. You get tired of doing that. So it drains the social battery. Most days, the social battery is on like 8%. You might flame out by noon, but you're still at the office. And you still have to mask, and you still have to howdy. Everything is all good. So this is something that obviously, if you realize that you're masking at the office and that you're having a hard time fitting in, you can adjust for that, right? And we have to keep our jobs so we can have insurance and have a place to live. So when it comes to work, we normally figure, hopefully we can figure out a way to reduce the masking or find a sustainable way to thrive in that environment. But with relationships, it's different because the person that you are dating, keep in mind, this is somebody that you choose. You're bringing them into your life. That person is supposed to be home. And when you have to mask at home, it's exhausting. It's not sustainable. And a lot of times, relationships are started with somebody coming and they're being themselves, good, bad, and different. But you're putting out that masked version of yourself. And then the person that you're talking to falls in love with that masked version of yourself. And as you come closer to who you actually are, the relationship starts to disintegrate. And it's very unfortunate because at this time, you probably already built an attachment to them. You love them, but then you're starting to realize that we're not compatible, that this is not working here, that this thing probably won't last, but we're in love. So we're gonna ride it out, till the wheels fall off. But we're gonna do everything that we can to keep this relationship alive. And I think that it's important when you're neurodivergent and you're looking for love, instead of trying to find the love of your life, I think it's important to become the love of your life. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a guy and you're looking, for the woman of your dreams, just become the man of your dreams, and everything else falls into place. And vice versa with women, and also if you, prefer same sex or however you identify, or whatever you prefer, instead of worrying about that other person or other people, focus on becoming the best version of yourself. And if you're in love right now and your relationship is falling apart, you probably don't want to hear this. You're like, nah, this ain't what I'm trying to hear. This is exactly what you know you probably should do if you want to find yourself in a stable relationship. And I say all the time, when your desire to be with a certain person outweighs your desire for a healthy relationship, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble. But when you're neurodivergent, a lot of time, like we want that love bomb, type of love. We love that affection because we have a hard time picking up on signals. We don't know if somebody, is flirting with us. Do they really want to be with us? A lot of times, after the fact, people will say, "Oh, did you know she was flirting with you?" And I'm like, "Nah, I just thought she was being mean to me." So sometimes the only definitive way that we know that somebody likes us is by them love bombing us. And keep in mind, we don't like rejection. So you're not going to shoot your shot at somebody unless you know that there's a pretty good chance that it's going to be reciprocated. You see what I'm saying? And what better of a way to know that you can shoot your shot at somebody successfully than for that person to love bomb you? Because they're love bombing you, now you clearly know that they like you. Well, it appears as if they like you. And not everybody's a narcissist. Look, we throw that word around often on the internet. This person's a narcissist. We all have narcissistic traits and tendencies. Attention is a human need. We need attention. It's not something that, oh, this person wants attention. You need attention in some form or fashion. Like we need to feel like, we're wanted by somebody, by a group of people, that we belong somewhere. And when you struggled your whole life to fit in, it's going to be very difficult to all of a sudden wake up and feel really good about yourself. And, as a result, find yourself in a healthy relationship. So I feel like dating while neurodivergent is you constantly trying to get out of your own way, constantly you trying to fight yourself. And a lot of times, we'll have issues with the people that we're dating, and it's easy to blame them. And keep in mind, people look, everybody's going through something. So even if you're neurodivergent and you're being love bombed, even if that other person is a narcissist, they're still a person worthy of love, attention, and respect, and they're going through something. Doesn't mean that you should stay there and accept and tolerate bad behavior. Nah, like I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling you that. I'm telling you to, put boundaries and stand for yourself and respect yourself, but just understand that everybody is struggling. Everybody has, that thing or a couple of things that they're dealing with. Problems never go away. In fact, I like problems because it's a sign that we're alive. All right, there's something for me to figure out. Okay, I'll get it done. I'm gonna get it done. Bet your bottom dollar, I'll get it done. I will get it done. So the dating experience when you're divergent is very frustrating, and we feel things very intensely. Rejection is uh, rejection is a Mickey Picky. It's a hell of a thing, and the things that we do when we feel rejection, because a lot of times when you can connect your self sabotage to a certain emotion, it'll give you insight on what you have to fix. Did you get ghosted by that one girl? Is that why you had to text another girl to drive 3.5 hours to come and see you? This is what I've done. Is it because you really like the other girl, or did you want to have that power, to have that feeling of, oh, I'm wanted? Yeah, think about that. Did you even want to sleep with a second girl? Or did you just want to know that you're wanted, that somebody, needed you in a certain way? You gotta get down to the nitty gritty. You've got to get down to the nitty gritty. And I think that uh, when you, sometimes journaling is so helpful, when you can write things out, and like I say, connect your self sabotage to a certain emotion, a lot of times it goes back to rejection. So now, how do we deal with rejection? And how do we not let this affect how we feel about ourselves? That's the question you really have to answer, because once you can answer that, you get closer to becoming the person of your dreams. And then the highest version of yourself who loves and respects you, what would that person do? Ask yourself that every day before you make a decision. Oh, should I text this girl? Should I go here? Should I go hang with those, you know, guys or girls or that group of friends? I don't think that they really like me, but they like being around me. When you start respecting yourself, it makes it very difficult for you to let other people disrespect you. So that's the key. This has very little, if nothing, to do with the other person. It's about how we feel about ourselves. And confidence is a funny thing. I've been doing stand up for 3 years now, and of course, like you gotta find your voice and public speaking, all that stuff. But one thing I've learned about my stand up comedy journey is that confidence is everything. How comfortable are you on stage? How comfortable are you with people? Obviously, being a psychotherapist, and working with um, patients, like my whole entire nursing career is what, like 11 years at this point. So working with people for over a decade, you learn to talk to people, you learn to be comfortable with them. But they're different settings. So the hospital is one way, and you know, at the comedy club is another way. But you learn how to be comfortable with people, and it's all through confidence. Confidence comes from repeated self-achievement. You do something over and over and over. Your body realizes, okay, we're capable. We kind of do this. This is who we are now. Like you become that thing instead of, oh, I write every day because I want to be a comedian, as opposed to you being a comic who just writes every day, as opposed to you being a doctor, therapist who sees patients all the time, being someone who works in construction. Like with all of the things that we do for a living, when we just are that thing, you don't question yourself as much. And you do it for years and years and years. Like let's say you are a firefighter. If you're a firefighter, you realize that you're pretty good at putting out fires. So if there's an issue where you're working, you have to put out the fire. You don't think twice. So if you take that confidence that you have at your job, a job that you've done for a long time, and you bring that confidence back to you as a person, and you start operating as a confident person in every area of your life, you'll start to see a change in not only yourself, but also in relationships and the type of people that you date. Because a lot of times as neurodivergent folks, we're dating people based off of our own trauma. So we're looking for a certain type of person so we can have that, or at least for me, because I'm avoidant. You're looking for some type of emotional leverage, upper hand on that person because you have a fear of abandonment. You don't want them to leave you, so if anything, you'll leave before they could leave you. Are we connecting the dots now? So we're neurodivergent. Just understand that, we all need love and we're all going to be looking for our people, but instead of trying to find a specific person, don't even focus on the person of your dreams. You become that yourself, and everything else falls into place. And as things are starting to fall into place, you're going to remember that, hey, my desire for a healthy relationship outweighs my desire to be with this particular person. And you have to repeat that all the time. My desire for a healthy relationship outweighs my desire to be with this particular person. And it's hard. It's hard for me. Like I'm a therapist. I make these videos. Been doing this for 4 years. I have a global audience now, millions of followers across the world. But even me, sometimes it's hard to respect myself because, I might see a baddie. I live in LA. They pop out with that sundress, and you're like, and that urge to just disrespect yourself just gets so strong. Sometimes you don't even know you're doing it, but you're bending over backwards for them, and you're doing all these things which are not consistent with that highest version of yourself who respects yourself, right? So it's important to not judge yourself when you do these things. I have my mess ups and my f ups and my slip ups, and they'll continue to occur. I just do my best not to make the same mistake twice. But when you understand why you do the things that you do, And this is why people who are undiagnosed and neurodivergent, a lot of trauma comes with that because you have no explanation for the things that you do and why you are the way that you are. So you're just dating people throughout your life, and everybody that you date have similar characteristics. So when you know that you're neurodivergent or you can relate to it, and you start to put these things into place, you're gonna see big shifts in your life, and that's what I want for you. And this is not something that you can just practice one time or for a season of your life. You have to constantly do this over and over. Mindfulness, meditation, hanging around people who are good for your soul, people who are good for your soul, cultivating non-transactional relationships. These are all important things. As you start to do these things, we, we realize that we feel better. When you feel better, you carry yourself a little bit higher. You sleep a little bit straighter, right? And you attract people who are also confident, people who are also happy, people who are also working through their trauma. So I don't want to make this video too long because not everybody has um, you know attention span, and I know I definitely don't. I don't have the longest attention span, but I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope you all like these rants more. Of course, I'm still gonna do my Dr. Kojo thing, come up in the scrubs and be in shrink mode and say 3 things that could mean that you're autistic, or however I make the videos, like 4 signs that you may have ADHD, signs that you have seasonal depression. Like I'll be in shrink mode, but I also like these videos where I'm just talking to the camera and just talking about my experiences, and hopefully it can connect with somebody. And if even one person watches this and they're like, yeah, like that's an unlock, and they start to make those positive changes in their life, then this video would have been a success. And just by me recording it, it is cathartic. It's cool to get this out. So that's it for this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever YouTubers say at the end of a video. And also in the comment section, I'll be, looking through those. So let me know what else you all want to see, what you want to hear. Um, if y'all like these rants, I'll keep them coming. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Have a great day.